Okay, day 8. We're about to leave. Where we are in Avranches, to head out, and I just wanted to show you this. I'm on this little bridge. That was one of those windows, was my room, and I could see this bridge from my room. What a picturesque, looks like a impressionist painting, actually, when it's sunlight. And but this bridge in particular looks a lot like the bridge over Ramel in Saving Private Ryan, right here, where it's like going from one end and go, and the last man over there, that's the Alamo right there. Last mile alive blows the bridge. But the charges aren't very long, so if you're that last man, you better hurry your ass, or you're not going to be alive very much longer. Okay, day 8, and we're here at the Canadian Memorial. It's where the push started along this road here to head to Falaise, and it's part of Operation Totalize, led by the Canadian Black Watch. There's that ridge line there with all the trees. That's where they're headed. And the initial assault, over 300 guys from the Montreal area, and only like a handful of them made it. But see, this is open ground here. So this is Operation Totalize. Of course, Canadian Army added the Polish 1st Armored Division, and starting the attack. So beyond that ridge is Verrières Ridge. That's where they were headed, and this road here became the main axis of advance, or the road to advance. To the left here on the west side, or actually towards the east, I guess, towards the east are all the British forces, including guys who swung over from Gold Beach. There are the Canadians in the middle, and then using this road, and then all the American forces are to the west, including Omaha, Utah, and Brittany is somewhere way down there. And there's another meeting point coming up right around there, to the southwest of us. So now I got my bearings here. Alright. That's the main road right there. Okay, we're now entering the Canadian cemetery here in Cynthia, which is really right along that main road on the way to Falaise from Verrières Ridge that we started out today. And 2,000 Canadians, along with others, a few others from New Zealand, Australia, buried here. And very nice cemetery here for the Canadians. Paid a very big price for the gains that they had since we were head to. I find this very interesting. Within the Canadian stones here is that Rifleman Tabernoir here must have been an English-speaking soldier. Regina Rifle Regiment probably makes sense there, and his stone is written in English. And then right next to him here is a Caporal Sapla, so I guess a corporal here know is the Fusiliers, and he must have been French Canadian because his stone is in French. Interesting difference. Okay, we're at the location where German Panzer Ace Michael Wittman, who did a number on the British back at Bocage, met his demise. There's a British unit coming up from here, and then another British unit behind those trees. There's an orchard right around here, and they came up, and Wittman was tank number 3 among 4. They went single file up this way right here, and knew about these guys, but instead thought he could outrun them, but then didn't know about these guys here, and they're the ones who ultimately got him, and he ended up taking 3 rounds and got it. Couldn't have happened to a better guy. Fucking war criminal. Very, very bad. Alright, next up on our tour is the Polish cemetery. It's the only World War II Polish cemetery in France. I think he said Europe, actually. All of Europe. And remarkable story, of course, of Poland. Huge contribution. They raised 4 separate armies throughout the course of the war, including the one they started out with, but then also the ones that they had among those who escaped, as well as then there was the uprising, and Polish, some tough people, and they were the only people who did not have, among the German occupied countries, the only country that did not have any volunteers leak out and fight on the German side. And they're the only country that fought from day one, just September 1, 1939, all the way till the end of the war here in Europe. So they were known to be great soldiers, very tough. Captured Monte Cassino back down in Italy, and when other units from Canadian, British, American units failed, the Poles were able to come through and capture Monte Cassino. So just a tremendous effort, and very underrated. And then after the war, they kind of got screwed again by the Allies, because they were not allowed to stay in exile, and they were sold out by the Western Allies, because they wanted to appease Russia at the time when the war ended. So really unfortunate, tragic story of the Poles, despite their tremendous resilience, tenacity, and a lot of respect for the Poles. Yeah, here's the main walkway to the Polish cemetery here. Along the way to Falaise, and the reason why is because the Polish 1st Armored Division was part of that push, along with the Canadians, down the main road to Falaise. Alright, we're at the place where Worthington Force, the task force of armored units, was kind of the vanguard of the force leading, going down to Falaise. They had gotten separated from their unit, and a very strong German counterattack, knowing how important this area was, led to approach towards Caen. So that's right there. High ground and Canadian unit, mostly. So we're going to make this till this is Hill 168. You're going to make a big left turn down the main road going into Falaise there. So we're really knocking on the door now here as part of a Canadian push towards Falaise. There was a big fight here. Defending it was the 26 SS Panzers, and there was a big fight about half the ranks. The Canadians were lost during this fight.
You got a nice view of the castle now? As far as you go. So you're gonna let me off here.
Huh?
You're gonna let me off.
And I have to back up.
Get back up.
Okay, we're actually now in Falaise. This is the home of birthplace of William the Conqueror, and I think that's who that is over there. And we're outside of the museum, which was pretty good. Mostly about the civilian impact on the war. The war on the civilians, actually, impact on the civilians from the war, and ancient city here, very beautiful. I'm gonna go check out the castle. Pretty cool. This is the castle. So we hear the church bells too. This is once William the Conqueror. Oh, Bill. Okay, we're at the entrance of the castle. William the Conqueror. Okay. And far off there in the distance you can see the castle with, I was wondering what that flag meant throughout the trip. I forgot. It is actually the flag of Normandy. Pretty sweet here. This is the castle. This is really World War II related, other than the fact that like it survived all the fighting and all the bombing in Falaise, thankfully. Here, so.